All my paints, my airbrushes, regulators. Yeah, tank's more or less done. Pretty happy with that. Pick over again. Hey, welcome back. It's good to see you. Well, yes, I'm finally back into my airbrushing business. It's been about 6 months, give or take, since I was operating from my shed and I had to shift. And if you watched my last video, I showed you guys the studio, like from Coop's Custom Cycles. He bought like a little office unit, put it out the back of his business, so I'm officially working as part of the team of Coop's Custom Cycles. So that's really good. It gives me the advantage of walk-in customers. If you've looked at my previous videos, you'll know that Coop's does like impeccable work. He's one of the top guys for Harley Davidson. They do full custom work. They do, like your typical mechanical work and servicing and that kind of thing. Great crew. They're all really good family business. I can't speak highly enough about the guys and girls there. So anyway, today I'm going to get back into the White Mexican, and it's a lowrider style Harley, like a Cholo Mexican style. I had to put it down. That was 6 months ago. I've got all the tins out, spoken to the owner. Anyway, look, without rattling on, you guys come along. I was going to drive in. Excuses, Max. Yeah, no, but I went to start my bike and had the camera strapped on and all my gear, and it just went nothing. It was dead. So I've got to get a new battery, but today I thought, bugger it, I'll film the ride in instead. So anyway, come along and have a look and get back into some artwork. If you like the video, hit thumbs up, subscribe, all of that stuff. It helps me no end.
there anyone listening? My only sacrifice is throwing away all I need to say. Should've took the shot, and you'll see just how I would. Either way, I'm burning out from all the times I wrote me down. This ain't free. One takes to make, losing time while waiting for them to surrender. And I don't care why I sit awake, still burning pages all night, drowning in my fantasy. Can you tell me, is there anyone out there? Is there anyone listening? Am I only
Well, here you go. That's my airbrush studio setup. It's probably 90% done. Probably add a bit of art to the walls and do a few extra things, but since last time you might notice I've got a whole new floor. So not just the rubber matting, but the floor underneath, that's all been done. And I've gone through and sealed up around all the windows and up in the ceiling there, because I think there was a leak over there somewhere. So I've got all my stuff set up, but today I'm just going to go through and make sure my airbrushes all work properly. And the good thing about this one is I have an air conditioner, so unlike the shed I was working in before, it did tend to get a bit hot during summer, and winter time it got freezing cold, so not ideal for paints. This big shelf here will be basically putting all my motorcycle tins and guards and things, so that'll be for customers, bits and pieces. Got my printer on the end. I wasn't sure about this massive table. It came with this little office unit, but the good thing about it is it's got the excuse me, I'll just kick that out of the way. It's got that in the middle, so I can basically, stereo, all my paints, my airbrushes. Got the regulator set up here, so I can basically switch on and switch off the air at the end of the day. So I'm good to go. So basically I'll be working all this week. There's the bike that I called the White Mexican. That one, that was unfinished. I got halfway through when basically I had to shift out of my house and had to pack up. So we've got all the guards and the tank and everything here. So next few days I'll come back and I'll get cracking on that. I know the customers pretty keen to get his bike back ASAP, because it has been a few months since I worked on that last. So yeah, it was a pity I couldn't ride today. She's a beautiful day outside. Well, I'm halfway through the job anyway, but I've just started today, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you all the tins in a sec, but the owner, understandably, he's getting a little bit impatient to get his bike back. It has been a long time, so time's of the essence. So let's get cracking, let's get into it. I'll show you these tins first. So anyway, this is what I'm up to. This is today's efforts. It's the gangster girl on the front guard. The guard I've masked off being white, I don't want to get over spray. White is a little bit unforgiving. Black is a different story. It masks a lot of things, so you don't have to be as finicky or fussy over it. But anyway, she's off to a good start. I think there's 4 pictures on this front guard in total. I have a couple of pictures I have to do on the back guard. I think there, one either side. Yeah, tank's more or less done. Pretty happy with that. Pick over it again. And I think I'm missing a couple of pictures, I'm not sure, but we're going to get the guy up who owns the bike, and he's going to go over the art, and you know, he might have changed his mind. It's been 6 months. He might decide he wants to add something else on some of the other bits, and that's cool. But anyway, while I've got a bit of progress happening, I'm going to head down and bum up and get into it again. So that's that picture done. I know I've sort of skipped ahead a bit. That's what he wanted on the top of the front guard. So, fairly happy. I really want to get this job done, so I'm sort of going through it fairly quickly. And I'll show you the back. And there's the chest piece he wanted on the back. I've got a picture to do here on the side of the guard, and I know he wanted one both sides and the back guard. The next will be that one, which I've got to do on the back guard, on the side of the back guard. So I've got to work out what he wants on the other side, so safe to say I'm going to have to get the guy up here to check out the tins. But yeah. Well, I just met with the owner of the bike, the white Mexican. He's a good bloke, but he's happy with the work, and I say but, because he's looking at it now and he wants me to fill in more area with artwork, which suits me. That's fine. It means that the bike's going to take a bit longer to do, which is fine. I'm in no hurry. And we were just looking at ideas, going over, you know, what we can sort of add, and wants me to add things like barbed wire and chainmail and or chain link fences, I should say. Make it sort of like a city scene, a little bit gritty and grimy, and add more characters, of course. So safe to say, by the time I get the job done, she's going to be a real work of art. Like, it's going to have a lot of detail, a lot of things to look at. So yeah. So the job that I thought I would have done in about a week, really, like, realistically, will probably take another couple of weeks. But anyway, that's good news. So let's get into it. So today's efforts, got the chick and the Daley clover. Not sure what I'm going to do down here yet, but pretty happy. Tell me what you think. getting a little bit of progress here and there. I've still got to try and, once that's finished, do some buildings in the background and try and blend that big chess piece that he wanted with the picture somehow. So I might do some $100 bills and barbed wire and all sorts. So it's coming along. There's the other one again. There's another update. I've progressed quite a bit. Got the $100 bills. More updates as usual, and by the way, if you are wondering why I keep changing my shirt, it's actually been multiple days that I've been working on this bike, and I might break it down into a few parts because I spoke to the guy today and he's very happy with the artwork, but there's still a bit more to do. So we're sort of negotiating what goes where, and I'll show you. So going over it all again, there's this guy, because there were quite a few females on the tins and we didn't want it to be all females without breaking it up with the occasional male or different characters. So I've got that one, you've seen that. This one I've added the dice, the $100 bills wrapped or sort of coiled up. A couple of playing cards there, bullets and poker chips. Seen her, I'm going to do barbed wire over the top. This one you've seen, I've added the red lips, by the way. So you got a little bit of red to break it up. Got the barbed wire going over the top, and I'm going to have $100 bills over the top, sort of catching on the barbed wire. Now, this side, yep, seeing that. I've still got one strip of barbed wire to do, and I'll probably do some sort of fillers or details on the sides of the guards. Now this part on the tank, you can see this character here, I kind of liked him. He's tattooing, but instead of tattooing $100 bills, he's going to be there and he's going to be tattooing the words Gangsta Love. So he's going to go there. Now down in this corner is going to be the rear end of a Chevrolet Impala with the tail lights, and that ties that in with the lowrider car on the other side. Round the front we've got basically city scene. He wants a skull with a bandana on this side. that side I'm not sure, but there'll be like a background of city buildings and palm trees and that kind of thing. And if I can get around here, the other side on the top is going to be a woman with holding a chain and a English bulldog. Down here, the top, sort of down the bottom end, I'm not sure yet. Probably fillers, but we'll see. I mean, I sort of say one thing and then, you know, you kind of get your mind set on one theme and then things change and the owner goes, oh, maybe add this, maybe add that, which is cool. This bike's going to look really cool when it's done. But there's a lot of work to do. What do you think so far? He's not finished, but he's a tattoo guy. He's kind of tattooing the gangster love lettering. I've got to do something in the foreground too down here, but I'm pretty happy with how he's looking. What do you reckon? Pop your comments down below. Do you like it? What would you have done? But anyways, I'm pretty happy with how it's progressing. If I can do sort of roughly one character a day, then that's good progress. Well, I'm up to the next bit. I haven't finished this guy yet. He's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Not totally. I've still got to tweak him up here and there. So probably as I'm airbrushing the other side, I'll sort of, neaten up this a little bit. So I've mapped out the dark bits on this side, and it's going to be sort of like this picture. So you got the chick with the chain and the dog, the pit bull. Instead of a pit bull, the owner has a English bull terrier. So, not bull terrier, bulldog. Sorry. So anyway, I've mapped out the basic outlines. I've had to do a shuffle. You can see the lowrider there and the girl. I don't want to sort of move into that too much and sort of make it look all cramped up. I put there as a good place, but on this picture the hand is a little bit further away from the head. I've sort of shuffled the fist in a bit closer, and the dog, it's a different dog altogether from the picture obviously, but I've had to move the dog this way towards the centre of the tank a bit more, just to get it to fit. But hopefully that'll work anyway. Looks pretty raw and basic like that, so hopefully by next couple of hours I should have it sort of sorted. Anyway, let's get cracking.
shadow on your safe oasis. Cast a shadow on your safe oasis. Cast a shadow on your safe oasis. Slowly but surely the demon emerges. Cast a shadow on your safe oasis. Cast a shadow on your safe oasis. Cast a shadow on your safe oasis. Slowly but surely the demon emerges.
Well, there you have it. It's not finished. She's not finished. She's pretty raw. Doesn't look that good yet. I've still got to refine the hand, put another piece of chain down there. The dog I've spent most of the time on, and it's looking all right. I'm fairly happy. Trying to get all the little bits of fur and everything in the right place, and of course the can of Coke is going to have her hand holding it and the label and all that, so there's a lot to do yet. But anyway, I spent a good part of my day working on this and getting it to where it is. So I'm going to call it a day here, and so yeah, I'm going to down tools and call this an episode. There'll be plenty more because there's more artwork to do on it yet. The customer's happy, and that's the main thing. I'm happy with how it's going, and it has been a busy few days, but I'm pleased with the results. It's not finished, far from finished. But as always, if you guys like, please give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. There will be plenty more. I've had customers wander in. There's a couple of jobs after this one, so safe to say I'm going to be pretty busy. So yeah, drop your comments down below and stay tuned because there'll be plenty more to come. So anyway, thanks for watching. Ciao. Just a quick run through of the bikes.